what was the kind of the introduction to BCM for you? Was that something did that come from Tenerife, or did that come from what was?
Came from DMC.
DMC, okay.
Yeah, they went to DMC. A guy called Terry Cameron, who was a director at the club that time, and they said, we need a DJ that can hold a big room and play tunes and make people dance. And if you could talk, that would help. So my name was put forward. They said, he's in Tenerife. They said, you might have a job making him move because he's very comfortable there. And so I went to Mallorca for 4 days, and I said, oh, okay. And I remember playing Ray's Jack the Groove, which had just come out.
Jack the Groove, Jack the Groove, Jack the Groove, Jack the Groove.
In the UK, and I'd been in the UK, done some shopping, and it was all the Champion Records music, and Robin S was part of that, and they all said to me, oh, we don't like house music here, and I played house music. And a lot of the Spanish came up to me and they said, "Este música, ta puta madre, este." And I went, "Well, they seem to like it." So that's how it started. There was a little bit of animosity towards me from the kind of DJ crew that they'd got. So I went back to Tenerife. I was like, I don't need any fuss or anything like that. I'm quite happy in my place in Bobby's Bar in Tenerife, and off back I went. And they contacted me again and said, "Okay, let's try this for the season and see how we go, if you're interested." So I came back. They got me a very nice apartment, which used to belong to George Best, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, George Best used to hang about at a place called the Baraka, which is on Palma Nova, before they built the beach that's there now. And so I used to sit with George and Graham Souness, Laurie McMenemy. All these people used to be sitting at the Baraka, and they say, "Caught your set last night, Des. It was very good." And I was more in awe at them, the fact that they were in awe at me playing in BCM, and I was just like, where have I come to? So it was a combination of meeting these people. Peter Powell, he used to be down there as well. And it was, so they used to be behind you in the club. So once you knew that, you played differently as well. You were like, oh, hang on, you're being watched here. You gotta make sure you're on point. So yeah, BCM became serious to me, and I used that seriousness wherever I went. When I started doing other clubs away from BCM, I'd always take a video of BCM. So the moment people say to me, "Oh, we've got a very big club we'd like to play, holds 1,800 people," and I used to say, "Have you got a video player?" And I used to put the BCM video in, and it would come on, and they would just look at it and go, "Holy crap!" And I go, "Yeah, I'm all right with big crowds."
I mean, there must have been a hell of a pressure on you, Des, during your time at BCM doing the residency thing, because I know I had some pressure. You must have had immense pressure from the UK and all the sort of EDM guys giving you the records, wanting you to push the record, because you could break a record.
Absolutely. Here's the thing about what you've just said. We had a guy that was doing PRing, giving out the flyers and tickets, and he was a cousin of Sasha, and Sasha was coming to play BCM, and he made me, this PR made me very, very nervous, because he kept saying, "Des, if Sasha hasn't got a record for the crowd, he'll make one as he's going along." And it really got into my head. And I practiced like crazy. I was ready for it, because, Sasha's mixing was on point, and he was doing key mixing back then, you know, without anything being written on the record. He just knew what he was doing. And his first night, he actually didn't play good, which surprised everybody, surprised the crowd. My mate came up to me and apologized. He said, Des, I'm really sorry. I don't know what happened to him. He said, that was awful. But he was playing 2 nights. The next night he came back and he said, I was a bit rubbish last night. Those are not the words he used. He said, I'm going to make up for it tonight. And he did. But by then, I didn't care. I'd done my bit. I was happy. And we became really, really good friends. So, and I think that was the only pressure from a DJ or a time period that made me go, oh, what am I going to do here? And after that, nothing scared me.